guys, and welcome to another video. In this one I'm going to show you how to do a cross, which is the first step of how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So the first thing is not actually the cross, it's the first step because you can do it without doing this, but it's just easier if you do this little pattern, which is called a daisy. And here is one of the petals for the daisy, which is a white edge piece. And you're going to want to get these white little edge pieces. These are corners, by the way. This is a center and this is an edge. This thing in the middle. So you're going to want to get all of these on top. And most people can do this intuitively, just by playing around with it for like a couple minutes. Till you have something like this, and actually we can just ignore the, that didn't work. Yeah, there you go. The corners. These don't matter, just this little thing. And most people get this just by practice. But it can be sort of tricky, especially if you're not like a logical thinker, which I am, and I think that made it easier. But so here's sort of a thing that you want to do. Say you have it here in the middle layer. This is the first, this is the middle, and this is the last, by the way. Say you have it here in the middle layer, and you're trying to get it up here. Well, if you lift it up to where the white is on top, you take out something that was already there, and we don't want to do that. But here's a free slot, and we're just worrying about the ones with white on them. So we can move this over here, so if we lift this up, we don't mess up the others. And that's sort of the first step. Now you can have stuff like this, I think, yep, I did it, to where if you lift it straight up from the bottom or from the middle, just lift it up, it's not in the right space, like white is not on top. It's there, white is in the slot it needs to go, which is right here, but the white's not facing up. Well, what you can do is you can put it in the middle layer by doing, if you're facing it from here, this is U and this is F, do an F prime, U, and then L prime, and that will get it in the top. And that is sort of a first algorithm, but most people can do that intuitively. So F prime, U, L prime, and that will put it in. And mostly those are the only cases that you'll get, and most of this is just fiddling around with it. Now once you have this little like daisy in the top layer, what you can now do is look at the other colors that the white it has on it. So this one right here, this is a white and red, okay? Well, what we want to do is line it up with the red centerpiece right here, where there's only one color. So we can do that. We can just, rotate this. It's not going to mess up anything. We're only focusing on these pieces. So it doesn't really matter how we rotate it. It will in a second though. So we line it up by rotating the top layer. We rotate it to where the other color is matched up with its center. And then we just do F2. And then rotate to the right. So line one up with the center. So say I wanted to do blue. So I'd look at the blue center and I'd rotate it until I found the blue. And then do an F2 and then move to the right. And then this one's red, so here's the red. And do an F2 and move to the right. And then green, here's green. F2 and move to the right. And the last one could be anywhere, but it just happened to be right where it needs to go, and do an F2. And then your cross should be on the bottom. But this is not an ordinary cross. This is wrong. The cross is here, but it does not line up with the centers. This is a bad cross. What we want is a good cross, where these pieces overlap and line up with the centers. And that's sort of the first step, and like I said, most people can get it just by like fiddling around with it. And so you're going to have to do that and just sort of grasp how moving the cube makes things go. but I hope this was useful. So if you like this video, please make sure to leave a like. I do appreciate it. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm out. By the way, this is the CH Yushin Little Magic. You can buy this on the Cubicle, and for like $14. It's a very good magnetic cheat cube. So I would suggest getting this. It's probably the best budget magnetic cube.